Well, I guess the only thing we can say is to quote Tito Norms himself, let's go!
Let's go! Eto na mga kaibigan! Papasok na tayo sa second map where Night Haven Labs is gonna be the next banger of a game. Best of 3 tayo, 1-0 na agad ang 1Z Endeavor. At shoutout nga pala sa mga kaibigan natin sa Twitch chat. Si Jerjer, si Tito Norms, at saka ang mga kaibigan natin na sumusuporta sa parehong team, either Shot Puno ka or 1Z Endeavor, okay lang yan. Dahil iisa lang naman na ang ating nagiging common goal, ang palaguin ang Rainbow Six Siege dito sa Pilipinas. Let's get it on! Map pick bans coming in as well para dito sa ating both teams. Again, the shield bans coming in for both the Shot Puno and 1Z Endeavor. Talagang feeling ko may cheater sa mids natin eh, no?
I think, to me, Warden, same ban again. The way I see the shield ban is neither team wants a bulletproof entry fragger. You get where I'm coming from there? They don't want to have to deal with a bulletproof entry fragger. It's wild that they're leaving Blackbeard open and repeating the clash ban, actually. Still similar 1-to-1 bans on both teams right now. Is Warden really that big of a threat to the way that they're playing so far? We haven't really seen much smoke play, no? Not so much on the smoke play.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just them eliminating that possibility. Still thinking if they're gonna use the smoke play as a pocket pick for them, but so far, I don't really feel like it's gonna be a factor coming into this next game, as now we're seeing the picks coming in. Si Miko now on the Umay, and ang napapansin ko, yung mga nagiging entry fraggers natin, yung mga nagpipick ng Ash, yung mga nagpipick ng mga Zophias natin, sila naman yung nagwa-Umay. Is there really a stark difference or a stark similarity in the playstyle of what you can offer as both the Umay and the Ash?
Well, being the Ash, you know exactly what projectile angles get you value. So once you're on the Umay, you know exactly what to deny. I think it's also fair to say that for the longest time, we've always joked about the Ash Jaeger mid. You run around, you kill people. So the parallel in that is that, hey, you're fast, you have a rifle, go shoot people. So for them to be running that, it's not that big of a difference. Especially when Mamai first came out, we finally got to say, yay, we've got a new Jaeger. That wasn't true. He's not a new Jaeger.
No.
Boots on the ground as the attackers are now mobilizing. Drones in position as the defense are actually scrambling to find these drones. They know about the hidden drones. This seems to be an actual direct threat to 1Z because they're gonna have a very, very deep roam coming through here. We have multiple people ready to drop downstairs just to reinforce the one guy playing. Oh, immediate resistance as they're already gunfighting with the Blackbeard entering through the warehouse entrance.
May Thatcher tax pa sila dito, and now it's not gonna be of any case whatsoever. J-Dog picking up the first frag dito sa second map natin, and already you're feeling that he wants to take early fights head on. His role literally is not just to waste time now. He really wants to be the Terminator para sa 1Z Endeavor sa defense.
And so far, that's what he's been. Even if he's not putting in the big numbers, he is putting in the big kills. The kills he gets, they matter. This is Thatcher out of play right away. They're gonna have so much more difficulty trying to get the bridge off with Thermite.
No way. He has a one-way.
J-Dog,
and that's a detriment kapag nagpush sila dito. Destroys that out. Knows that they're gonna be coming from him. Detected outdoors. Kaya kailangan bumalik si J-Dog. But the threat of that Azami literally is felt. Hindi sila makapag-push ng ganun mabilisan lamang. They have to be careful about every corner. So now get themselves doon sa may meeting position, and Electrical also being held up by the solo anchor that is the Azami. Has another impact grenade, finds himself doon sa Electrical, and that Blackbeard's gonna be a big threat once he gets the push itself, but J-Dog gets the double, but in the end, Rogue able to get the 2-for-1, but you already feel the damage. J-Dog has already dealt doon pa lang sa first 20 seconds of this game, and literally 1 minute na lang.
Still a lot that the attack can do here. They've lost their Blackbeard in their significant entry, but Rogue still is gun up. Execute going for ITS. Smokes go out to cut off Catwalk, but Argo is waiting with a shotgun and Electrical. Electrical is as good as held for as long as Argo has the shotgun out. Lack of ground information is forcing a lot of free fires here. They know, defense knows that attack is committing to Electrical and IT here. Argo is looking for this. He's now creating distance. He knows for a fact that utility is being prepped just to push him out. 30 seconds left
This-
on the board. This is gonna be really close from the attack.
Bomb located by a
Yeah. And you can kind of feel that Goyo canister is going to be a detriment to them right now because once that dissipates, it's only going to be 10 seconds. Time is ticking for them. And shot
IT
Puno.
is completely denied as the last Goyo canister on IT gets shot out. They're forced to stack up on electrical here.
Kaya pupush na lang sila dito and into the loving arms of Argomium. Shotgun in, gets one, but come on, and Dean able to get themselves two. 2v2 this time. It should not have been this close, Simon! Pinatay niya si Dean! Papasok na sana sa loob ng site! But oh my god, the pressure already coming on down towards Shot Puno. They kill each other. In an attempt to get themselves into the site, Blanco was on the other side of that mirror, but he literally wasn't a threat. It was actually one of his teammates.
Most unfortunate from SP. They had so much that they were cooking with that. They knew what to push. They knew what was ready for them. And they knew what to expect on the other side. You know for a fact that Simone was actually lining up to try and pre-fire that Mira. But the only pre-fire that landed was into his entry frag head.
Oh man. The value again from the Mira pick as well as the pick from the Goyo. Even though the
value
Goyo
from
is... Yeah, enormous. Like literally 30 seconds. And if you couple that up with the amount of impact that, again, Miko was dealing to the squad, he was the guy who was picking up that Azami and was able to shave off what?
J-Dog
I think it was J-Dog actually?
Yeah,
J-Dog, right? So he shaved off like 20, 30 seconds, a full minute. Doon pa lang sa may electrical and
Not to
you'd
mention
see
the
that.
early pick on the Thatcher. The early pick on the Thatcher. Huge from them. They were late to the IT breach.
seconds to go.
Like, Jesus. Running out of options, running out of time, and all it came down to the amount of seconds where now they're forced into the basement hole this time. I think if you remember correctly, I think this is the second map where Onesie and Endeavor are now comparable in the defender side.
I don't know if you've got the match history, but Onesie hasn't dropped Nighthaven yet. Not once.
Jeez.
They've been successful on every Nighthaven pick they've had so far. So let's hope that if they pull this off again, this is a pretty confident end of series then. This map is in the way of whether or not Onesie gets into grand finals here.
Oh. Are they gonna know that J-Dog's here? Yes, they do now. Putting a lot of pressure on the Blackbeard this
J-Dog
time.
with
One
the
impact
impact
nade
special.
in. Tapos meron pa siyang Boss G. Nade comes out. Does not fall to the ground this time around. Second impact does not connect onto the Blackbeard. A lot of damage done. A lot of pressure. J-Dog can try to pressure onto the two players. He's knocked down, but that's not a lot of damage except the Blackbeard pulls out the ADS. Pero Shiba from the other side will get that pick off. 1 for 1. J-Dog already found out Toy Supra to try to get themselves itong si Shiba, who is now supported by Argomium, who's already inside of that storage, prompting Totoy Supra to give up that space.
Wise from Supra not overextending here. He has no backup, so he's instead gonna go back up the rest of his team. Still fighting for map control right now. Not much else on the attack has been able to get in the building, as Gumines are already getting pricked on, further delaying them. Second floor is as good as clear as far as the attackers are aware. But if they can just find the last guy, it's gonna be exactly the man advantage they need to isolate that basement.
If I'm not mistaken, that's already one player inside of electrical and naririnig niya yung pag-push nito. So Rogue has to be careful about the push now. He's making a lot of noise. So there's one player inside IT and another doon pa lang
Attackers drop the
sa labas
diffuser.
ng breach.
Attackers recover
Gonna
the
try to
bomb.
see if he can get a pick off this time. He spots one. Will he expect 3 players actually sandwiching him down? No. Miku gets himself another. It's all coming down to Supra, who's low on HP. And countering Miku was a huge detriment. Now it's all coming down to how Argomium will clear it out. Finds himself tong si Supra, but does not get the frag. 40 seconds. And he hasn't even stepped foot in towards the first floor site. Nasa basement nga lahat, kaya they couldn't even sniff the bomb. They couldn't even think about first floor. They were stuck doon pa lang sa may second floor thanks to the amount of pressure that they already dealt with doon pa lang sa may storage.
This goes to show how much pressure storage actually drew. Second floor was as good as clear. There were no other operators on the second floor, but the remaining attackers who were still clearing and droning, they weren't able to secure anything on the second floor. And by the time they were finally entering the building, it was too late. Defenders got it back.
Quick 2-0, 1Z Endeavor. Just going back to the basics of the fundamentals, just taking control of what they know is the power position.
And defuse bombs.
And the thing about that as well is that once they actually realized that storage was gonna be the take for shot Puno, the only window of opportunity was just that one window inside doon sa loob ng storage position, right? There's not a split, there's not an attempt to take control of that warehouse, which kind of became the blessing in disguise for 1Z Endeavor. Literally, they gave that all up just so that they could have a stable defense doon sa may storage, which literally halted every sort of progress for shot Puno.
Because storage is actually key to taking basement
10
there.
seconds remaining.
Majority of the time, if you can't use util to actually clear out the wall denial for the basement side, you need storage. You need the vertical control over storage. And what's even crazier is that even to take storage, you would still need vertical control over IT. That's so many steps that Shotpuno had to go through to actually get a successful push there. And for it to get haltered at step 1 was enormous for the time that 1Z was able to waste here.
Yeah.
Potential basement entry actually here coming from Shotpuno. A very different approach as we've seen from before. Droning out, 2 entry fraggers droning for each other here as the supports seem to be getting into position at different points in the map.
Yeah.
They're looking for something more methodical here. They're looking for something that's more step by step it seems. But it's gonna get shot out by J-Dog as he's already throwing a wrench in their plans, taking some HP off Death by Snooze Blackbeard.
The attacker's bomb
I don't know, does this qualify as a soft roam for you? Because it's looking pretty hard for me, if I do say so myself.
Knowing J-Dog and by extension the other roamers on the team, there isn't really a soft or a hard roam. They're all over the map. They are
Yeah.
forever and always all over the map.
Oh, Miku.
Opening entry from Rogue as he takes Miko's head off there. Immediate refrag as J-Dog is able to get super on the opposite side of the map. Following up on the Death by Snoozu, taking their shield up out of the play, putting them in a 5v3. Heavy defender advantage as there's still so much util on the board and not enough util to clear with on the attacking side.
So much activity. So much proactivity again for J-Dog, picking up the double kill, and now the castle decides to turtle up with a team. Already has the man count advantage, so they go back to holding up the site, and oh my. They spot out the castle. An opportunity again for Rogue, but this time does not come into fruit just yet. It's Simone who actually finds out where J-Dog is going to be coming from. Opens up the window towards the other side of the map, and you also got kind of a struggle between Shiva against Rogue, who actually is supported as well by Dean on the other side of things as well. So 1 minute on the clock. A lot of time bought. The smoke also seeing a lot of pressure doon sa window player na si Simone. It's burning so much time and space for them to actually take control, and now is the time for them to trigger it all back up. But thanks to the trap, it gives the info for Shiba. Peeks up 1, papatay dito kay Rogue. 2 versus 3. 40 seconds to make the decision now. Napakaganda ng naging passive-aggressive play ng 1Z Endeavor. They pick off 1, they go back to holding the angles.
We're really close with 20 seconds left on the clock here. They're taking it very slowly. Dean and Simone know for a fact that whatever kill they get right here, right now, they need to hard lean into if they're gonna make this full send in the side worth it. As Simone is able to take Blanco, putting them in a 2v2. Huge flank coming from Shiba as he takes down Dean, putting Simone in a 1v2 situation. He doesn't know exactly where to crossfire from. He's gonna try to attempt a plant here on the opposite side of the site. And he's not even gonna get the chance. Constant pressure from all directions as 1Z was able to play the first floor really well, take lots of map control back from what the attack was able to get, and deny map control on the opposite side of the map too. Very clean round from 1Z. Lost a lot on the way, but util was used where it was. Early smokes came out, castle barricades repositioned. If it weren't for the deaths, that would have been a nearly flawless round for 1Z.
Dabi mga laro nito, no? Para mga kiti-kiti. Kita mo sa lahat ng places ng map. Finding proactivity even outside of the map, outside the building as well. You can see the J-Dog not afraid to take the fight yet again, even though it's against a Blackbeard. And usually, Blackbeard's not alone, so that alone is info for him. That alone gives him the initiative to actually put some more pressure on the team as well. And you also couple that up with Shiba, who again is also an experienced leader in his own right, just knows how to peek off of his own timing, just literally playing off of his own util, playing off of his teammates. I believe it was the traps from the Legion as well, right? So,
yep. big value when it came to their roam on the last few rounds. Even if we go back to the interaction between J Dog and Blackbeard on the window, that alone was already a good like 35 seconds, and only for the Blackbeard to end up getting refragged.
Um,
You know,
Is this
sometimes
a
you
norm?
forget. Sometimes you forget these guys are kids. You know, like sometimes you forget. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that Siege had a mini game where you got a staring contest. Is that a spawn peek attempt? Oh, it is. An attempt nonetheless. Rogue down to half, and I think that's as good as done. I think even though you don't kill him, I think the damage already done.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
They don't know about the rat in the warehouse entrance. He's still there. He's waiting for his time.
Blackbeard gonna be his first contact. I believe J-Dog. I believe he's gonna check this. Will he? He doesn't. No way. And he think he's gonna go for more this time around.
Attackers bomb.
Hasn't he attempted a
He
second, and
gets
he does. 2 headshots for J-Dog. The rat inside warehouse, making his presence known. Who let the dog out of his house, ladies and gentlemen? Shiba. Also picking up another. This is all falling apart for Shot Puno before it even starts. Onesie Endeavor. It's not even holding the site anymore. They're just hunting for kills at this point. One v4.
Still playing on the same cube barrier as everyone swinging out, and Miku lands a headshot onto Dean. Outdoors, we're playing Call of Duty now with the way.
Kind of seems like it, no? I mean,
Right at that point, not enough drones in use, and there's a lot of disrespect coming from the attack, as they didn't respect the fact that Azami might still be there. They already interacted with her earlier on in the round, but they ignored the clear and secure it.
no way. And I just literally thought that Death by Snoozu was gonna check that corner.
Which, again, as Blackbeard is your best bet. Always, you get to check the corners. You can afford to check the corners.
Defuse bombs.
But you didn't. And even if you're not Blackbeard, sure, you can ask your teammate to drone for you. You can ask
Which
your
he
teammate
did.
to.
As well, we noticed that I believe it was Nomad or one of the other operators was on drone, but the drone came too little too late.
Well, back to the basement hold yet again. That just means that we're not gonna play into the site. It's all gonna be around the first floor site, second floor, where the vertical play is gonna happen for the side of Onesie Endeavor. Shot Pano already took the brunt of that aggression from that second floor hold. Now they're gonna have to go back to the basics, see if they're gonna play for that
Discovered the location of a bomb.
that wall breach inside of the site itself. Ignore
Use a bomb.
the first floor site completely, if that is the option for them.
Device activated.
It seems they're electing to actually attempt to clear here because there's going to be a lot of util second floor. There's minimal util first floor, but that's just because they know that they can take control of it via second floor. I take that back as we see castle barricades in the entrance, and yeah, J-Dog is biding his time here. He's just waiting for there to be a wall he can
J-Dog's
jump off
tweaking.
of. For real. For real. As J-Dog's already on the breach waiting immediately.
Just ignoring basement altogether.
This
But that's
is
just a bait.
huge. This is huge from Shopano, as they're going to go for a 5-man push into basement here.
Yeah,
Early smoke comes out here, and if it doesn't, they're attempting.
just one
no.
singular anchor. And Blanco already taken care of. Push on in again from the Blackbeard. But J-Dog and Miku from the sky relegating themselves back on the vertical position. 3 kills, in fact, for Onesie Endeavor. They do have an opportunity to plant the bomb down, and the Onesie Endeavor gonna try to run for the hills, see if they can stop the plant from vertical. But they can't. So the plant comes in, diffuser planted, triple kill for Miku as well. Simone, in a 1v2 scenario, has to clutch up big, and it's against Argonium, as well as Shiba, who decides to actually rotate back on down towards the expo spot.
He does have post
now-
significant advantage here. Doesn't hear she
Doesn't have flashes.
the stairs as he goes down regardless.
Jesus Christ.
Cleaned up by the defense. Great timing on opening that hatch. Fish in a barrel for J-Dog and Nico there, as they're able to take on the entirety of the team running in through the same choke point there.
Defenders win.
Yeah. This is a replay from the previous round, but dare I say it's also applicable that in a lot of in this situation, you can see that there was no need for the basement hold anymore at all, because once they have control over the hatch, they can kind of give up the open space up to the basement because they already have a lot of pressure from the vertical holes that they already established from themselves. So
Tweaking is an understatement at that point. Tweaking is an understatement.
tweaking buff.
Tweaking buff.
Tweaking buff. Tweakers talaga tayo dito eh.
He's got that jitter aim, bro.
Hindi siya taga-shot Puno, pero
pero puno pa rin yung shot.
si J-Dog mukhang hindi ata shot Puno talaga eh. Mukhang di ba asa siya, baka na tabunan na ng rabies yung batang yun.
Hey,
10 seconds left before insertion.
this is not the movement I expected from the guy who benches 180. Like,
Attackers must
They're all kids, man.
use a bomb.
Kids move
Kids,
different these days.
speaking of movement, we are boots on the ground as the attackers are now mobilizing, getting in position for their initial take. We already have some aggressive plays coming from the defense as they're attempting some pretty fat spawn picks here. They're choosing to give it a little bit as attackers are really taking their time with this. They're really carrying the windows because they understand the potential threat of a spawn peak here. They need their man count. They need their man advantage. In the previous map, majority of the rounds that they did win over were because they were able to sweep and lean into their man advantage. If they can get the opening picks appropriately here and just maintain that, it'll be huge.
Yep. As they establish control over basement, play towards that exoskeleton. Try to get the site from below. It's an option that they're looking to come from, but with Rogue not putting up the numbers that he was establishing from the border map, and everybody else on shot Puno not visibly comfortable on this map pick alone, it's
A bomb has been located.
seemingly a onesie endeavor win so far. But then again, the map's not done just yet. It is still 1 minute on the clock, 50 seconds to establish some sort of progress, some push on towards the stairs position right now as well, as they're reaching closer and closer towards the kitchen side of this map in particular. Matter of time before they...
Defense didn't even realize how much map control, not even map control, but how in position SP already is. They have Animus or Exosuit stairs ready to sneak into kitchen. They're already taking vending machine as they get the opening frag onto the anchor.
No way.
Following up
Ooh.
the lounge.
Rogue.
Harsh 1v1
He's gonna be
here
hitting the
versus
shots. He's hitting the shots that he needed, but Miku, oh my goodness, just from the pistol. That's why 26 bullets is not enough for that, but it doesn't matter. Totoya Supra provides the second team kill of the day. Shot Puno crumbling under the pressure yet again. And Onesie Endeavor on all fronts, on all sides. United in all corners. Finding the Thatcher from below, just finding where they're going to be coming from. Miku, 9 kills, 6 kills for Shiba, not dying all throughout the night, even Labs in particular. Because all that he needs to do is progress in, play out the 1v3 scenario, 30 seconds. Hatch is also being watched by every single player on Onesie Endeavor, so it's only a matter of time before they can find out, hunt down the Thatcher. And since he is a 1-speed, literal na rinig ang bawat step and corner, while Blanco just peeks in with a crouch peek. A one shot to the dome that leaves it all to one more round to put themselves in a revenge match against Pumpkin Patch, the same team that knocked them down to the lower bracket, but only needing one more round to do it.
One more round till grand finals. If they pull this off, it's grand finals for them. I get it that, look, I'm supposed to be Endeavor's coach and all, but if Shapono turns this around, it's gonna be the match ever. It's going to be the match ever this tournament.
Jesus. And if you think about it,
lineup.
if you think about it, like both teams are literally playing for revenge matches as well. Literally,
Yep.
Pumpkin Patch is the same team that knocked both Shot Puno and Onesie Endeavor down. So the storyline stays true to their name. Pumpkin Patch literally is the surprise coming out from the top bracket that we have right here as well. So the fact that both of these teams improving as the tournament progressed, making Pumpkin Patch the center of the story, is proving why. Literally, Siege Digmaan is becoming like one of those tournaments that has flourished the story when it comes to the local esports of the
10
sport.
seconds to insertion.
It's crazy to
5
see.
seconds remaining.
All of the scrims, all of the practice, all of the ranked matches that we've seen them go through,
Attackers must
building
All
up to
tweaking.
this.
the bomb.
Especially the tweaking, if anything. No, I think tweaking's the result. Yeah, no. Tweaking's a side effect. Tweaking's a side effect. But for it to come down to this it's great to see. It's great to see. And it's that much more amazing to see because we're seeing it come out of Pumpkin Patch unaware as to what they actually did in practice for this. We know for a fact that the people including Pumpkin Patch, Skits, Lance, Ryanie, all veteran players at this point. So for them to cook this up in the background and for it to get results this high. Already direct contest as Simone is able to take off J-Dog on that immediate contest onto Catwalk. Simone maintaining Catwalk control. But on the other side of the map,
that.
Shiba and Miko are getting trades onto Supra. 3 versus
Love.
3. Still a defender advantage. Lots of defender utility left in play. We took Doc Stims out of the play and we also took Kaid, but Electric Claws only getting EMP'd just now.
Yep, and that's an opportunity for them to take IT this time. That's an open wall, and that's also an opportunity as well for Miku. The Santal in towards the meeting hallway. Simon already getting some damage, some soft blows again from Miku on the other side of that meeting hallway as well. And while electrical is also an opportunity for them, it's also met with utility as well. So 1 minute on the clock, 1 minute and a half actually. With Miku just scaling up towards the site itself, they also have an opportunity to open up that space. And with Simon seemingly pinched into a corner, he needs some support. He needs the squad to back him up. 1 minute and 20 seconds. 3v3. Onesie Endeavor slowly choking the life out of Shot Puno after a 5 versus 4 that started this half because of a 1-tap all the way to Blanco. And now they already got themselves electrical control after the Thatcher. Dealing as much pressure as possible as well, giving Miku all the support that he needs to thrive in this scenario. Spots out Simon, and you also got the refresh off of this Aruni gate. Now they kind of need to reset. Now they need to go for the plant, or Gomium will spot out one. Simon down for the count. 2v3. Push on in from Rogue. He has to make the difference, but Miku will shut them down. 1v1. And it's that Vice News 2 against Argomium, the young gun, versus, again, one of the pivotal players. And Shot Puno relying on him. Low HP. Argomium tagged on to 50. He's pushing on in, but Argomium gets a perfect 7-0. Shot put on, knocked to the ground, and it's a date with destiny as Onesie Endeavor will find themselves in a revenge match against Pumpkin Patch.